horror movies, mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
So another thing that I saw this week is I was flipping through on TikTok and Jason Mewes popped up at a table read for Clerks III.
Yes.
The search for Kevin Smith's alimony check or something. This motherfucker needs to stop making shit.
Look,
I think Jay and Silent Bob reboot or whatever that fucking movie was called.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Okay, so Jam Silent Bob reboot. It tanked. It did not work. It was fun to watch and fun to see all those other people again.
Yeah.
It was very nostalgic, and that's what it played heavy on, because that was a 2001 movie. You know, it was a part of our young adulthoods, and they just played on it. They knew what they were doing. We knew what they were doing. They did it. Cool. Clerks 3, I think... Paycheck.
I think so too. I don't,
because he's very well. At one time, he was a horrible drug addict, and he wasn't good with his money.
Yeah.
So he was putting him in these movies and making these movies so that he could fund his drug habit.
Yeah, I could tell you that back when I watched Yoga Hosers. Fucking, but like I know that Kevin Smith right now. It's so funny because I watched that, and then later on that day is when my YouTube channel like got swamped with hate for the Masters of the Universe thing that he did, the script that he wrote. And it's just like, oh man, he's just moving on. He's just like, fuck the haters. And he's like, all right, I'm doing Clerks 3. Everybody loved Clerks, remember?
Well, okay, so Clerks 1, an incredible movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's not overly... there's no action-packed anything. It's just good dialogue. It's Coffee and Cigarettes meets New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, it's just conversation, witty conversation. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Clerks 2 was a little bit more fun. It was a little bit closer to Jay and Silent Bob. Still a decent enough movie. I'll watch anything with Rosario Dawson in it.
Yeah.
And then Clerks 3 had been coming out for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, everybody was talking about this.
Yeah, and then they did that animated one, and everybody was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we didn't ask for a cartoon.
Yeah.
We asked for Clerks 3, so, okay, fine. I'm excited to see it. I'll watch it. If it's not good, no big deal. At least he didn't make Tusk again.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Because that movie was a big... I'm going to say it right now, people. That movie was a big piece of shit.
Yeah. I think the only one that I really enjoy that doesn't have, like, that Kevin is Red State. Yeah, Red State was great.
That fucking thing was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And he didn't get any goddamn recognition for it, and it's a shame.
Yeah. I think when we think of Kevin Smith, we should go Red State and not, you know, any other, you know, I mean, Clerks, yeah, but I think Red State should be at the top because it really felt like he spent time developing these ideas and he really, you know, he really did his research, you know, and, you know, that mindset of those fuckers. So,
and that's a good wraparound back to the Truman Show. Because at the end of Red State, you're involved in this entire thing. You see it from the beginning. You know what's coming. You know these types of people, like the Westboro Baptist Church. Like, you know these type of fanatical, crazy pieces of shit, God fucking losers. And then at the end of the movie, after it's all said and done, you hear the horns.
Yeah.
And the movie ends. So it's like, wait, well, hold on. Was the rapture actually coming? Or was that just like, you know, a battle cry? Or was that like a timed, you know, like the bells on a church or something? You know what I mean? So like, there's no answers at the end of that movie,
That was
and that
Trevor's
made
truck
it
down the street and stuff. He had that installed on his automobile and whatnot.
right, right.
That's that automobile. He'd be driving up and down them streets like that. But
But
yeah,
that's what made the movie even. It added enough, like
new
right when you
element.
were like, right when you were like, I'm exhausted. That was a fucking ride.
Yeah,
Especially when Kevin Pollak gets his head blown off and you're not expecting it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he gets JFK'd, like, and you're just, and you think he's one of the bigger actors in this movie outside John Goodman.
yeah,
He's going to be in this movie, and then boom, the back of his head's missing, and you're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
So, you're exhausted. You're been on this emotional ride. You feel like you're there
Mm-hmm.
watching this shootout take place, and then you're like, all right, well, that's all wrapped up in a neat, nice little bow, and then you hear these horns, and you're like, what? And then credits roll, and you're like, hold on, wait a second, like, hold on, wait, what did I miss? Like, did I miss something? Like,
No,
but
just the UPS.
yeah,
Yeah, but like, yeah, because I notice in Kevin Smith's movies, like Clerks, Mallrats, especially Mallrats, I think, and I would even go Chasing Amy, even though I don't really like that movie very much. Even Dogma. Those are, Dogma should definitely be up there because that's a great movie. But
oh, that's an absolute
yeah,
amazing movie.
but the little use or the minute amount of use of the characters Jay and Silent Bob.
Mm-hmm.
When you
That's when they're at their best.
when you work them big in the story, you kind of get these like moments where you're just like, yeah, how many times can we do a pot joke or a dick joke or
Look,
whatever?
when Jason Mewes goes off on, I am the clique commander.
Yeah.
Like, that was my fucking ringtone. That shit was so goddamn funny. I could not stop laughing. I would listen to that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's so Jay and Silent Bob. Like,
Yeah.
he's that stupid that he doesn't realize what he's saying. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. In small doses, as a side character in a movie, they work great.
Yeah.
Mallrats, they were perfect.
Yes, I think that's the perfect amount. It's kind of like putting
Right.
booze in your coffee. If you put too much booze in your coffee, then it kind of counterbalances
Right.
the caffeine perfectly. But if you
Right.
put too much, you're just fuck it, drink the booze, fuck the coffee, you know.
Right. And there's some fans out there that want more booze in their coffee than they want coffee.
Yeah.
And those are the people that love Jay and Silent Bob. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but I, also I'm more realistic, and I see that they're more valuable as side characters in these movies.
Yes, you need a strong, like, you need that T.S. and Brody. You need that.
Right.
You need that, like, character. Like, the best, I think, use for Jay and Silent Bob was in Mallrats when we first meet him right
Yep.
there at the kitten,
Yep.
the pet store and stuff. And that whole conversation. Yeah. I think that whole conversation is great,
Yeah.
So,
This fat fuck saw Star Wars last night and he's trying to be a Jedi. Knock it off!
yeah.
Keeps smacking the cigarette out of his hand. That shit's great.
Yeah.
It was great.
And he's fast at it, and he, it doesn't feel like we're overpowering. But
Right.
and then the same thing goes like I said, Chasing Amy. I don't care for it very much. It has nothing to do with Ben Affleck. It's kind of a bland movie. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Lee's in it, and I think Jason Lee does great with material. So, but
Yeah.
that's my Kevin Smith fucking rant. So we'll have to see when Clerks 3 comes out. But